Okay, so for all of you having trouble sleeping, it's time once again for Patrician 4. And I had a quick look at my save before I jumped into this, and I found something truly horrifying. Although interrupting us is something perhaps even more horrifying, it's Skydia saying, "Thank you for playing, I binged watched it on the last 2 days, I had much fun." Truly, we're in the darkest of timelines. I have a midterm goal for Patrician. It is to get all cities up to 10,000 and not a drop higher in population, with the exception of Haarlem, who is allowed to go up to 50,000, and the inland cities, which I don't care at all about. Laudable goal, I'm quite certain, but there's a problem. There's a big problem. Rostock, who for the longest of times I have praised because you just need to leave it alone and it takes care of itself, they constructed a cathedral without me being aware. On top of that, they built more houses in this horribly inefficient... what is that? Well, never mind, this horribly inefficient shape, which takes up too much space. And I don't even remember these things being here. Well, they were built in 72, so I guess they've been all around for a long time. But still. So I'm disgusted by that. Rostock will need to be dealt with. Fortunately, I am utterly oozing with money, but it means I'm going to have to keep something of a close eye on all of the cities around here. Because if they start growing without my consent, I'm going to be mucho unhappy. Now, fortunately, all the cities where I am the mayor, it is up to me to expand the minister into a cathedral, and since I say bloody nay to that, then I can be quite content in the fact that these places are going to remain quite small, but I should do a tour of my own cities to make sure of this. Haarlem is of course the exception because I already expanded it. It means I need to keep a close eye on the housing occupancy. If Haarlem's population gets too high, then we're going to have my AI competitors building not only houses but businesses, and I will not be liking that. So I'm launching autoclicker.exe just to bring away all the unnecessary clicks as we up our production plenty. Wonderful. I do wonder if I still need a lot more get smoked houses. I mean, I have 101 right now, and my current Hansa needs how many of them? Well, I haven't really updated my numbers here, but that is not my current Hansa. Where am I? Fish demands are a little lower than that, so that's okay. Oh yeah, speaking of what I use to check that, I have a spreadsheet that I've been working on for quite some time. Might as well blast it up here. So here I can just punch in the total population of the Hansa, and apparently the game tells me that total population is... so if I can drag this out until I find the number. Well, it's quite high actually, it's 222,000, but that does include all those crappy little places that I found. So I'm happy to put it down to, say, 200,000, which tells me the need for stockfish is like 116 of them. But that also includes those inland places that I'm... well, no, it doesn't include those inland people that I'm not feeding. So yeah, I could do with more of these. But I've been a little bit busier than that and done a construction for what my Hansa will be when all the cities are at 10,000, with the exception of Haarlem once again at 55, with exact layouts of where my industries need to be. Took quite a bit of work, and I made a mistake at one point during this because Nimwegen, who a Dutch person told me, no, it's not Nimwegen, it's Nimwegen. Well, if we kick this to the side for just a moment, Nimwegen is right here. I had forgotten that it is actually a coastal city, not an inland one, so I will have to care about it at some point, so damn about that. Jake, is there any chance of more Wronghold in the future? I miss the sheer horror. Wronghold 3? No, we said we're done with that game. Magnificent genius. So I'm going to check through all of my own places just to make sure. Oh dear. Well, off to a bad start. Flenberg. Okay, bad and good start. Flenberg built up a few houses. I'm not happy about that. Fortunately, they're in an efficient layout. So all I need to do is build a bunch of houses to undo this horror. Well, not so much undo as prevent the horror from spreading. What a odd shape we have here. I don't like it. I don't want to encourage this. Now I have so much money that I don't even care that much about flooding the market just yet. All I need to do is make sure I got plenty of these buildings. Now you might be saying, but Jake, it's going to get really tedious building up all your cities constantly. And you're right. So to take a lot of the tedium out of this, because look at this. This is one of the, I think, 40 cities in the game. Maybe there are even more than that. And they're all going to have to build up so it's actually filled up to the brim. Everything right up to the wall is going to be full of buildings. And you can be forgiven for thinking, wow, all these, all the ways of building buildings in this game look really super tedious. Well, there's a trick to that for this game. The trick is to uninstall the game because there is no way around how horribly tedious it is to build up cities in this game. You might be disappointed, but you should by no means be surprised. Now Flensburg is capped at 10,000 by us, so I'm happy enough with that as it is. Means they really need brick and clay, but that's fine. I mean, I have all my boats going around. They'll keep them supplied in due time. There's also Neshved, which, you know, as long as they have a decent number of houses like this one already does, there's no fear of them going over. And if they have loads of infirmaries as well, then things are even better. They've also got a university, and apparently I have researching to be done. I can't take founding cities anymore. In fact, there's not much else I care about, but I might as well take some corned powder. Sounds delicious. Also, hi, Smilular. I don't think I ever said welcome to the family to you, so I'm saying it now. Now I got the mead going here. I had completely forgotten about all the need for mead over in Nashtved. I'm liking how many burger houses we have here. This is my kind of place to be. Now where will we start with our houses? I guess we could start right about not there. Might seem like the closer place to put it, but I prefer this approach. Well, I mean, they're going to be built that way anyway. What the heck? We do what we can. Oh, I hope I don't break this, Good. I was worried I might break the road building everything. But I didn't. So it's okay. It's so easy to break things in this game. But that's fine. I don't mind overbuilding on houses a bit, because in the end we're going to need about 600 houses for every single city, so that's quite a lot. But no, Nashved looks a-okay. There's even more businesses than I'll ever have running here. Aarhus is also looking good on the number of people front, and number of houses front, just number of everything front. What else is there to look at though? Where else have I set up? Yes, Kungsberg, which is more housing occupancy, is pretty high here. Now Kungsberg is set to produce wine and nothing but wine. There is absolutely no problem with that. But I still don't want any AIs dipping their fingers into my businesses. So I'm going to ever so slightly go above the 100 industries that I built, out of fear that the AI might actually build at 100% rather than anything above 100% for building efficiency. Or what would be the real word I'm looking for here? Not building efficiency, but probably something else. Yeah, that's kind of good enough. There was no way to do that particularly well. No, that might not be. Wait, what the heck is that? Huh, that's even better. I'm liking it when things just work out right. So I mean, this isn't even making a dent in my vast sums of money, which is exactly the kind of situation I like, as luck would have it. Now the unfortunate thing for this town is that it only produces farm stuff. Farms are a bother in this game for a simple reason. You can only fit them in like this. It's much less efficient than 2x4, the whole 2x2 approach. But fit Kinemindi, as we say. There's going to be so much city building, and I say that in inverted commas, that's how scathing I am of it. But you just kind of got to knuckle down and do it. I remember when I did my mini Hansa in this game years and years ago, where the bulk of my playtime hours went. Yeah, that was a lot of clicking. A lot of clicking. But hey, the sooner you get it done... Okay, there's really no defense to it. Nobody wants to do it, period. Now, I don't know if I've built any infirmaries or the like around here. I'm guessing no. And since plague is really horrible... Oh man, upgrades! Yeah, I even wrote down here what I need to do. But it says... Flen House Kun upgrade. Well, yeah, I mean... always want to upgrade that shipyard. Do not want anything bigger than a minister. So be careful of that. But chapels I don't care so much about. Hopefully we don't have to have any of them. But I will want a Covenant school, since getting extra beggars is so damn good. And we want a mint because we're all about the nobility. And infirmaries. I mean, safety is all relative, but 3 will do us almost fine. But I see no reason not to build a ton of them. I mean, one of them's good for 3,000 people, so you're going to end up needing about 20 of them per place. Still, that brings Kungsberg's housing occupancy way up, or rather way down, so that's what we're looking for. And these guys are never fully satisfied, so... who are you anyway? Pomerania, man. Well, it just so happens you owe me, so I'm going to fulfill your demands for oodles of dosh. Well, I say oodles, but how much did I give him? I gave him like 1% of my wealth to drive up his happiness, so that's pretty good. The Densk Yevel we don't care so much about. At the moment it's just Pomerania and Mecklenburgers. Fortunately Rostock, although it's overly large. Okay, well that mission you can go away with because I'm not doing that. Rostock bothers me. I need to build up Rostock something fierce. Otherwise this is going to be a huge problem. But as I've said before and will continue to say, money is not the issue here. Money we have buckets of. It's my favourite kind of money to have. Lots of it. Oh well, may as well just keep on building. And we haven't even traded a single thing yet. Yeah, I can't help but feel that these buildings get in the way more than building here would. At least that way I get the full 4. Easy does it, game, come on. I slag off the AI for their ways of building. I better at least do better myself. That's more like it. Hell, that's not too bad. It's, dare I say, quite efficient, especially for putting in fountains. Speaking of, why don't we put in some of these? Because this is going to be incredibly thankless. You just gotta find the right places to put them in. And the game can be so fussy for where right place for these are. Alright, so prevents fires, which you don't have to worry about full stop, but diseases, yeah, you never really want diseases. Still, that brings raw stock. Wow, that wasn't even enough, all those houses. I need considerably more. Now I should consult my list for raw stock. Unfortunately, my list is not in any kind of alphabetical order, but it is somewhat in regional order. Raw stock is going to provide me with bricks, grain, and a tiny bit of cloth. So that's kind of funny. 68 grain. Well, it currently only does 48. And when it comes to grain, I am kind of heavily flowing with. I had like a setup for drowning this place in grain, but I'm less and less keen on it now because this guy is just not wanting to be bought out, or rather not wanting to destroy his own businesses. So I'm actually going to take away from that. Have you looked at Pharaoh and Cleopatra as an Egyptian city builder? I played Pharaoh. I didn't like it. Am I thinking of Pharaoh? Well, probably. Okay, what am I looking at here? Well, let's get these values back up to what they should be. What was I wanting to drive them out with? There's something other than that. There was pelts, and I don't even know what the price is meant to be here. Pelts are meant to be 535. I think I've broken Steam Overlay. Right. Yeah, that was it. Grain, pelts, and hemp. There was nothing else I was trying to drive out, right? Like mead. Yeah, who cares about mead? That said though, mead's price seems oddly close to cloth, like exactly the same. Mead and cloth. Well, wouldn't you know it, they do have the same going price, roughly. Well, can't argue with that. What can I argue with, though, is the amount of which I've sold so far, so I'm actually just going to take it away from market, give them a tiny little bit, and then my administrators can sort out the rest. Because especially pelt, nobody likes selling pelt on the cheap because it's so hard to come by. So yeah, I'm happy enough with that. Enough, at least. Lack of pelts? Say no more, my friend. I will bring you your pelts. I will swiftly destroy said pelts, but at least I tried. Alright, I'm happy enough with that. Worm is saying, wow, Jake's already at it. Why would I not be? Alright, so I still need to think about my buildings, because I don't want to mess up with that. There was Coinsburg. Oh, Gotham City! I forgot about you. I already built a bollock ton of buildings here, so that's fine. Now, what's Gotham City meant to actually give me? 11 wood. Oh. What? No, I'm just looking at them a little out of line. Loads of pitch, some tools, some wood. Some tools, some pitch, some wood. I got no problem building those wooden things now if I need them, so... Gotta remember though, I can't build any more houses or things that would go outside of the wall normally, so just keep that in mind. Alright, wood, 11 of in Gothenburg. I can manage that. Well, I mean, I can manage lots of things, but this in particular. So 4 and 7 should be fine, right? And there's our 11 wooden things. Happy days. As for pitch, how much are we talking about? 67 pitch. It's quite a lot. I mean, I might as well start now. How many do we have? 16? And I need 67. And then I'll probably tick Gothenburg off. Oh, I'll tick him off alright. This is awkward. And unshapely, one could say. bit inefficient there, but what you gonna do? Huh, I'm kind of satisfied with that. It's as close to the walls, we're likely to get it. Okay, it doesn't count what I'm building here, so how many was that? 8 times 3, 4. Yeah, okay. 32, 34, 38. 48. 54. Which means I need another 12. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No more needed. And the rest are smithies, but we have plenty enough of those. So happy days. In fact, we should have 6 more than necessary, and I probably miscounted, but who's keeping score? Point is, Gothenburg looks just fine. So we're going to upgrade the minister, so we can be a Hanseatic city. Now we can get going with that. Also, we have a shipyard, but we're not constructing anything. We need to change that, because we love doing constructions. There's a good chance that we won't unpause for some time here, but that's all part and parcel of being a patrician. Jake, who optimized your setup in the end? Best guy for the job. Yours truly. Now, none of these over here are mine with the exception of Helsinki, and there's plenty of houses here. There are, rather, plenty of houses here. Used to be a massive population in Helsinki until we decided that displacement of Finns was too good a thing not to do. I'm sure they won't mind. I mean, they're naturally given towards being a sultry people, so they're probably happier this way. I mean, really. This should be good. Everything here can spill out in that direction. Not so happy that it doesn't spread down here. Might be able to fit... forget it. What's done is done. I mean, it's not going to go above 10,000 under my watch, so I don't need to worry too much about it. And it has plenty of production buildings. It's a good point actually to mark off Gothenburg as looking pretty good, so I'm probably going to, on my super spreadsheet here, because this is like Eve single player, put it in yellow as somewhere that is set up to be just fine. God knows how much work it's going to be to check off all 33 of them, but it's a start. And besides, once everybody's set up for the initial part, the rest is just scaling up, so that's promising at the very least. Has Jake finished with the spoke wheel setup for trading it? Oh yes, that was finished episodes ago. Potentially episode ago. Now, I think I have everything else that we need here for Helsinki, although I do want to check the numbers here. Helsinki needs 83 metal and 17 cheese. 83 metal, and to think metal was the one thing we were overflowing with. Still, I need to be prepared for this outcome, so... 83 metal, holy smokes. Well, how many do I have right now? 58, so I need 25 of them, huh? That's 16, 24. Shame I couldn't just squeeze one in up there, that would be so convenient. But sometimes convenience is a luxury that we can't afford. There we go. So Helsinki's actually looking pretty yellow as well. I will mark it as such. Because it certainly has 17 cheese producing places. Good enough. Novgorod's going to be something that resembles a problem. Alright, we've got all of our guards that we need to sort out as well. That's going to be a thing. Novgorod has really snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, and I have Novgorod set to bring me loads of cheese, Which is unfortunate because I have built up loads of beekeepers. So I'm going to have to change that to produce loads of cheese for me. Thankfully though, Helsinki can pick up the cheese slack until I am in a comfortable position to get Novgorod back up on its feet. But really it's going to be one of the last places I want to deal with properly. But that has been a look at everywhere that we have founded as far as I'm concerned. No, that's not true at all. I didn't check Stavanger, but Stavanger is looking a-okay. Wait, 81? Oh, that's horrible. I must have been so focused on something else that I wasn't paying attention to the housing situation. And I forgot that Stavanger is horribly underhoused. Feels so bad having the AI slip in like that. Katsuran. Oh, hey, cats. Stepping in to confirm that I am the one optimizing. Well, you would know. So what is Stavanger going to do for us? It's going to give us nothing but meat. It just so happens that it's already set up to give us nothing but meat. I am, however, going to add a few more just in case the AI take it upon themselves to produce meat themselves. Or anything here. Buying out businesses, like buying houses, is a very expensive affair that you want to avoid whenever possible in this game. And I'm good at avoiding. That's hardly the best way to put it here, but at least I got something. Yeah, actually that's kind of good. It gives me a straight edge to work along. But that aside, I need houses. I need a ton of houses. I actually don't like what he's done here. You know what? I have money to burn. Why don't we enjoy what we are told when we buy houses? Wait, why didn't he say anything? Oh damn, they're meant to speak to you when you buy their houses. Oh well, I'm buying and demolishing them because I do not like the way he was setting them up there. I like this though, at least he had these houses set up in a reasonable manner. And I can use this as a straight edge to start building out here too, which is acceptable at the very least. But I should be humble here, because this was my own mistake, and my own mistake just cost me millions of ducats. Millions. I mean, you could reasonably say that, you know, I chose to spend those millions, but I'm thinking long term here. I'm not having some prize asshole take away my beautiful Stavanger. So they will keep those houses for at least a short while. But I really need to get that occupancy down. Now that other city is going to be a problem. Quite a problem. What is that? Fortunately it's not my own city, it was Rostock. I mean, one of my own cities should never get into such a position where I'm worried by the state of affairs when it comes to... What is this? Did one of the roads want to go through an existing... You know, I don't know anymore. There you go. Some strange stuff going on here.